Pandolfino. I'm the head route setter at the Cliffs at Long Island City in New York. I'm here today at Kilter to check out some new holds because we're doing an order soon and set on their new adjustable slab wall. I'm psyched to be here and sling some grips. I think maybe we could get some blockers in here too and just like utilize like a cool like turnover move on the volumes. You're gonna need a foot here, but making the grabbable and steppable surface a little more difficult to use, like just creating more like seams and stuff like that. Once it kicks forward, I think it'll feel like a little bit more tenuous to step on these feet, but when it's slabbed out, I think it'll be like a pretty easy like technical stand-up move. Just playing with where they can actually grab it first, because they can't grab it till here. They have to kind of move leftward first. This is unblocked. You could literally just like go straight to here super early on. Kind of really wanted to play around with blocking these edges and making the stand-up move when it is slabbed out a little more technical. You have to think about where you're stepping, and then these underclings are kind of going to be used to help shift your body weight over to the right. These volumes kind of worked nicely to block those. We slid another little one in there, and then just to kind of keep with the theme, we also block the finish just to make sure that people are, you know, climbing the whole boulder technical and it has similar theme throughout. I think for this one, I want to focus like a little bit less on blocking and more so just set something that'll really change difficulty when the angle moves. So I think like these slopers will be super good because they're going to be really positive on slab. Like you could probably just like press out and mantle them up, but once it starts getting overhung, I think there's going to be like a lot of tension. Like maybe you'll have to like throw a heel hook or something, and I think you just want to set something like super simple. That'll just get harder as we change the angle. High start, press up, stand up move. Don't really know if this is going to be used once the wall is slabbed back, but I think once we start kicking it forward, I think it's going to be definitely like super crucial to get to that finish hold.
I think I'm just trying to set like a pretty gnarly like crimp line just because we haven't had any that's just like straight up crimping. I picked ones that aren't Incut, but I felt them over like up on the steep wall and they feel usable still. So start here, good feet, this cool pinch. A little flip to this hold, step up, and then out to this other blocker. And then I think once it's steep, I don't even know if this foot that my left foot's on will be usable, but I want like a heel hook to this thing, and then maybe like a sick jump out to that.
Mine's gonna be...
This slot worked out like pretty nicely. It's a pretty technical foot. Don't really use these as hands, which I'm kind of hoping as we make it a little steeper, they will. So.
I already can't smear on the wall anymore.
That one will get weird eventually.
For sure.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Nice. Yeah, that looked like...
That got cooler. Yeah, the underclings, you definitely have to like shoulder way more into them to shift your hips up now. And the top walkover is like way more technical because you're starting to get pushed out from the wall a little. So.
Work it out.
Nice.
Maybe 20. It'll get weird. It'll get.
Yeah, that
That
still looks... That
Gotta
still
get
looks...
funky somewhere.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it actually ended up changing the sequence at the top there. You want to bump because the cross, you start corndoring like a lot there. And I had a foot here initially, but I took it off, so you can't really walk through anymore.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is still similar. It's definitely way harder to do the mantle now because it's super hard to get your chest and your hips in. I felt at that point throwing back over my head was going to be pretty hard, so I opted for the swap. A little tough, a little flashy, but
Sick.
that's that. Yeah.
Nice, dude. All right.
Cool. This part is like pretty much the same. The finish match is getting pretty hard. I actually threw like a very like slight little toe hook down there to hold myself in. Yeah, I think using this jug definitely makes this sequence a little bit easier. Maybe if this came off, starting on this ledge would definitely be like a little bit more difficult. Yeah, being able to really yard on this and get a good grip on this undercling and palm up really helps shift your hips up. The beta on this green guy I think is going to start changing a little bit, and the mantle, I don't know if it's going to work anymore. I think it might turn into a left heel hook instead. And then blue, I'm not too sure. I think it might stay pretty similar to how it climbed before, but we'll see what happens.
Oh.
It's a little far.
Yeah.
So we're at the same angle, but we took the blocker off to just decrease the accuracy a little bit. I think you could kind of tell before that Zach and I were really going to it like pretty like violently. So I think the added accuracy of that was like super difficult. So we're gonna try it without the blocker and see how it goes.
Oh. Yeah, sick, dude.
Dude.
Dude, I barely got that.
Yeah, finish match got quite a bit harder. It's interesting because the part that has been getting harder has like flipped. Initially it felt like the bottom was kind of the harder part, and then now that this is kicked out a bit, matching that finish is like super difficult. So it kind of flipped in terms of what was getting harder as we moved it back a little bit more.
Yeah, sick, dude. Come on. Sick.
I think, honestly, since Zach and I tried this move like so many times,
Yeah.
I definitely dialed it in a bit, and also removing the blocker like really made it so you can like overshoot it and it's like not as big of a deal.
Sick. Cool. Oh, the second I start pulling on this and like going out, I just lose the any ability to keep tension on that left hand because it was flat. Now it's like nothing.
We're finished up here setting our proms on the adjustable wall. I think all in all, it was a super fun experience to kind of take one concept and be able to morph it so easily just by adjusting the angle and seeing how the movement changed, the grade changed. And yeah, I think it was super fun to be in here setting with these holds and kind of exploring new movement. Keep an eye out for more setters videos in the future. And yeah, thank you guys for having me. You can check me out at www.epsets.com, and you can also follow me on Instagram at epsets_.